Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Dagwoodz's Tonsorium. Doing an evening shave tonight. They changed my schedule, so evening shaving is going to be the way to go from here on out, at least for the time being. So we're going to go ahead and knock out our review of Jeeves of Hudson Street's Mountain Rain. Now, this isn't necessarily a review on Mountain Rain the scent. This is more a review on the soap base itself. So I've used, aside from one shave, I've used this pretty consistently for the past week. Between Mountain Rain and Abyss, and have gotten a pretty good idea of where these soaps stack up in my den. A couple of notes. They just about lived up to the hype that some people have for them. They're a better than average soap, and but what puts them over the top for me is the quality of the scents. Mountain Rain and Abyss both are just absolutely phenomenal scents. Just absolutely beautiful scents. I love them both. And for that reason, on its own, not taking some of the very, very, very good characteristics of the soap itself, takes them up into a tier 1, box 3 or box 2 even. So what we're going to be using for the shave today is the Wild West Brushworks candy cane with the Boss Knot 24mm, and we're going to go with the Karve shaving. This is the D plate with a brand new Gillette Nacet razor. So for Mountain Rain, just to go ahead and remind you guys of the scents. Here's the scent description right here. It's a scent description, not the scent notes. So I apologize for the long and cumbersome description. When I smell this, it brings two things immediately to mind. Either you're standing on the ballpark, as a kid playing baseball or softball as it is, and the grass has been freshly mowed. It's a springtime and you've got all the wildflowers blooming. And that smell of an incoming storm. So the combination of those two, it also reminds me of, we had a lake house growing up, and being on the lake and smelling the forest, the smell of the forest, and the smell of just the area when it would rain. And it smells very much like this. A little greener than that, but still very, very nice. So let's go ahead and get into this. Oops, I dropped the soap. No, that's not a euphemism for something. So one thing I will say for this soap is it loads very quick. Regardless of the brush fiber type that you're using, this soap will load quickly. We've got more than enough soap here for a 3-pass shave. Get all the good stuff here. Get it into that lather bowl. Waiting. Go ahead and throw that in there. I did bloom the soap. I found that the load is even quicker if you do bloom the soap. Just on a whim, I went ahead and I did like a 10-second load, and still had more than enough lather for 3 full passes. So you can load this really, really quick. Again, performance-wise, if I was just looking straight at performance, I would probably put this, before I get into the actual rating, I would probably put this in a box. It's a box 1 soap, tier 1 soap rather. Not box 1. It's a tier 1 soap. but I would put it in the in box 4. So it's just into tier 1. Again, though, the scents just absolutely elevate these soaps to the next level. Now, that being said, that's the overall impression I get from these soaps. I have been able to coax out some close to elite level performance and some of the characteristics, and I'll go over that more during the shave. But for the most part, it's they're performance-wise, I would put them low end to the middle of tier 1. The scents are wonderful. Oh yeah, we're ready. All right, guys, I will be right back, and I'm going to do my hot towel and take care of the shave. See you in a second. All right, guys, let's get right into this. So, as I was alluding to in my intro, this soap, I have been able to coax out some really, really good performance out of it. There's a definite trade-off to get certain aspects. So if you want something that's really, really slick, you're going to trade off quite a bit of cushion. If you want something that's really, really cushioned, in my experience, you're going to trade off some slickness. So first pass done. And yes, I was planning on saying something there, but completely forgot. So, let's go on the second pass. We'll check residual slickness after this pass. Okay, let's check some residual slickness on this. Okay. So without any water, my face is tacky and sticky, and the razor is immediately starting to drag. So let's throw a little bit of water. And honestly, I could probably get away with doing a whole pass. I can't say I wouldn't walk away with irritation, but I wouldn't be too worried about really nicking myself. So that's good. Is it the best? Absolutely not. But again, if I pull these soaps out, it's because I'm hankering for the scents, which are just... Brian did a good job when he came out with these scents. Now, if you're going back over a spot that you just shaved, do a little blade buffing. The residual slickness is there. Like so. But after you've left an area, going back to it, you need to at least add a little bit of water. All right, not going to bother doing any touch-ups. So rinse off real quick. Break out the alum. And see where we're sitting. Not expecting any feedback, if any. Maybe a tiny bit. A little bit of tingling. I wouldn't really call that feedback. Definitely no stinging. Very nice. Oh, good shave. All right, I will be right back, and we'll wrap this up and give it some scores. See you in a second. All right, guys, had a really nice shave. Just to go over what we used, hardware-wise, we used the Karve Razor D plate with an Gillette Nacet blade on its first use. We used the Wild West Brushworks 24mm boss knot, and of course, star of the show today was Jeeves of Hudson Street. Today we used Mountain Rain. So, a couple of things right before we get into it. I really do enjoy using this, so it's going to get a high enjoyment score out of this in the rating. Is it the perfect soap that I'm going to reach for? No, but it's pretty high up there. So let's get going with the scores. So loading, this is one of the easiest loading soaps I have in my den. So that gets a 9.5 out of 10. Lathering is tricky. To get it where you want to get the ideal balance between slickness and cushion, and also bring out that residual slickness that can be there. It's a little tricky, so it's going to get knocked down a few points. So it's 7 out of 10. Waterband's pretty wide, so that's an 8.5 out of 10. So it's pretty nice. It can take a lot of water. Cushion protection is a 9, and again, I've gotten it higher, but you lose quite a bit. So right in the zone where I like it, it's right at about a 9. Slickness glide, I have gotten it up to close to elite levels. However, the soap is close to breaking down at that point, and I don't like the soap being that wet. I do enjoy a wetter lather, so it only gets an 8 for slickness glide. It also only gets an 8 for residual slickness, because that's another one of those things that you have to bring the soap pretty far along, or I had to bring the soap pretty far along in order to see that that really nice residual slickness. Stability 10 out of 10, didn't look like it was breaking down at all. Really stable soap. Face feel, very nice face feel, 9 out of 10. Post shave, 8 out of 10. It's very good, but it's a little bit off of some of the top soaps in my den. Not quite. I'd say it's about on par with Sterling as far as post shave feel. So performance wise, add all those 9 scores up, divide by 9, and you get 8.55. So it's averaging 8.55 just straight across the board for performance, which is not bad. You take the enjoyment factor in 0.95 and it comes out to 8.125 for a total score. Again, I really did enjoy using these soaps. Scent goes a long way with me, and strength of scent was really nice, plays into that enjoyment score. So 8.125 is very nice. It's a very good score. So it's still short of your Declaration Grooming Icarus base, still short of CBL soaps, is still short of Ariana and Evans, but still really nice soap. I would put it just short of Noble Otter, but above Sterling as far as where it ranks performance wise. So good job, Brian at Jeeves of Hudson Street. You want to check him out, jeevessoaps.com. Website's back up and running, and yeah. So if you haven't checked us out at the Shaving Cadre, stop on by www.theshavingcadre.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stop on by there. Check out all the other member videos that everybody's doing, and hope to see you there. I'm Dagwoodz. Take care, guys.